Here you go, Harry. All signed, sealed, and notarized.
Thanks a lot, Dix. You know I wouldn't go to anybody else with stuff like this.
I appreciate that.
And it ain't just because you're my buddy.
Thank you.
I figure you could use the money.
Don't mention it.
So what do I owe you?
$2.
For pressing down once with a lousy stamper?
Come on. It's standard, Harry. That's what every notary public charges.
Okay, okay. I'll win this back from you at the poker game next week. Hey, by the way, don't forget, tomorrow night, you and Courtney is having dinner with me and Joy.
Absolutely. Got it down on my calendar.
Joy has already started cooking. Goose cutlets.
Goose cutlets.
Fresh, not frozen.
I can't wait to see Courtney's face when I tell her. Oh, hey, listen, can you excuse yourself now, Harry? I got some people coming in. It's a very delicate affair.
Oh, sure. Look, I understand.
Something very personal.
Hello,
Excuse
Mr.
me.
Fielding.
Hi, Amanda.
I get the feeling that Joyce is not the only goose who's getting cooked.
Who likes it hot? Who's getting steamy?
Who snores a lot? Who's feeling dreamy? Who cuddles and coos? Who's loaded with animal drives?
Husbands and wives.
Who loves to love? Who loves to make up?
Who loves to fight? Who loves to break up?
Who brings home the dough? Who spends it the day it arrives?
Husbands and wives and lovers.
Who needs a dream?
Who wants to swing?
Wives and husbands.
Husbands and wives.
Having the knockdown, drag out time of their lives. It's a miracle any marriage survives. Wives and husbands, husbands and wives,
And lovers.
and lovers.
Sunday on the Fox Western Theater.
Don't turn your back on this beast with a baby face. You may never live to tell the tale. He's a kooky killer, the most diabolical horror that ever roamed the earth. He'll give you a new kind of thrill and chill experience as he terrorizes everyone who strays into his maniacal path. There are no end of ways to kill a man or woman, and he uses them all. A gun, a rope, ground glass, an arrow. They're all his weapons, and no one is safe from his crazed fury.
What would you say if I told you I not only killed the Finneys, but I done an Ebbett and Dyer, too?
I'd say you were lying.
Now, sad man, we're going out to your ranch tonight. Because it all of a sudden came to me that's the last place they'd look for you. Well, I wouldn't want you to die without knowing about him. Or your wife, either.
When these crazy footsteps pick up your trail, watch out. He'll cut out your heart or break your neck and laugh while he's doing it. You'll never know real terror until you see Hugh O'Brien with Dolores Michaels, Linda Crystal, Stephen McNally, menaced by this most monstrous of all creatures, played by Robert Evans, the fiend who walked the West.
Sunday on Fox.
There are people in the world who desperately need the benefits of modern medicine. When they cried out for help, Project Hope answered. Thanks to Project Hope, thousands of volunteer educators have taught in over 40 countries, bringing medical knowledge to the needy of the world. It's what Project Hope has been doing for more than 30 years. Learn about Project Hope Write to Project Hope, Millwood, Virginia, 22646.
The dinner was simply wonderful.
Yes.
The lamb was pink and succulent, the sauce was superb, and the parfait, thing of beauty.
I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I think a man should have a good meal after a hard day's work.
Who told you about that restaurant?
Inez and Jacques.
Give them my compliments.
But of course. You know, we really have a very nice life. Have I thanked you for it lately?
Last night.
That wasn't thanks. That was part of our very nice life.
I know. And I thank you, too. I'm really very happy.
Do I hear a but?
Well, don't you mind not having children?
Oh, well. When I first knew we couldn't have them, I was terribly disappointed. I suddenly realized I'd always wanted a house full of little urchins, finger painting on the walls and hanging like monkeys from the chandeliers. But it's just one of those things that can't be helped.
Of course, if we wanted to, we could always adopt a child.
Dixon, why are you bringing this up now?
Well, I know a young lady, an unwed mother-to-be.
Oh?
I thought, she's a friend of my secretary's.
Yes.
I thought we had an adoption all arranged today, and suddenly it all fell apart.
Ah, and you want us to adopt her baby?
Well, we have talked about adopting before.
Oh, yes, but... Dixon...
Well, my darling, just meet her. I know you'll love her.
I don't understand what's gotten into you. You know we can't adopt a strange child. I mean, we know nothing of its background. What if the father had red hair? Or was short? Or poor?
Well, Amanda, that's her name, Amanda, says that the father was in the military.
What does that tell us? He may not even have been an officer. Oh,
Just talk to her, that's all I ask.
Dixon. It really means that much to you?
I think it would add something to our lives.
Oh, all right, I'll meet her. But I'm not promising anything. I still haven't forgotten the time you fell in love with that little charcoal sketch. And then I saw it and just hated the color. Would you like some more milk? Or cookies?
Thanks.
Are you sure you can eat those?
Oh, sure. Doctor said I can eat anything.
I wish I could, and not put on any weight.
Get pregnant. You can blame it on the baby.
Oh, well, children get blamed for so much already.
I love your house.
Oh, thank you. We bought it from one of Dixon's clients, Senator Charles O'Connor.
Oh, I think I've heard of him.
Yes. He's in jail for embezzling public funds. We got a very good buy. Amanda, I realize this is a little awkward, but can you tell me anything more about the baby's father?
Well, he's in politics, too.
Oh. I thought my husband said he was in the military.
Well, he was, but they asked him to run for office.
Oh, and he resigned his commission?
Yes.
And now he's with one of the major parties?
Oh, yes.
Oh, good. I'm glad it's not one of those little splinter groups. May I ask why you don't get married?
Well, he's already married.
Oh.
And when I got pregnant, he wanted to leave his wife, but she just wouldn't let him.
Yes. They really do hang on, don't they?
I know it doesn't matter, but I'm glad you're so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, and you have the most beautiful complexion.
Oh, well, my dear, I work at it. Every morning, I use the most marvelous little cleanser to get rid of the dust that accumulates overnight. And then Oh, well, no matter. You are very pretty, too. Actually, I think we look somewhat alike. I imagine the baby might resemble both of us.
Mrs. Fielding.
Oh, call me Aunt Court. Call me me Courtney.
Courtney. Would the baby have his or her own room?
Oh, yes.
And lots of toys to play with?
Every child in this neighborhood has lots of toys.
Then there are other children around?
Yes, of course. And as the years went by, there'd be birthday parties with clowns and pony rides. And Dixon would play catch with him, take him to baseball games. But that would leave me all alone, wouldn't it? No. It should be a girl. So she and I could do macrame together. And then when she's 6 or 7, I'll take her to lunch and the hairdresser. And we'll buy those marvelous little mother-daughter outfits. And then later on there'll be tea dances and debutante parties with pictures in the society pages. And everywhere we go, no one would be able to tell us apart. Oh, it all sounds so marvelous.
Oh, to me too.
Oh, Amanda.
Courtney.
Oh, I can't believe it. I'm going to have a baby. Oh.
Tonight on Strike Force.
Ice. It's the same kind of shell he's using all his victims. They fired that from a hill overlooking the East Lake Range. Blew a 100-pound bag to pieces 2 hours ago.
He's your ghost, Frank. Do what you have to do.
He's wanted by Interpol. We've never heard of him. We call him Ice.
Why ice?
Because he's cold, slippery, hard to see. When the heat's on, he evaporates. Our best bet is still to find out who his target is before we run out of time.
Tonight on Fox. Sunday on the Fox Western Theater.
You still talking about rustling? And strangers. These fellows will go a long way to get the guy that killed Larry Kincaid. Lynch him? I judge.
I say stretch him. Tain't just a rustler we're after. It's a murderer. Count me in, too.
Well, that's no posse. That's a lawless lynching mob.
It'll be a posse when I get there. I'm gonna deputize them all proper.
Sunday on Fox. Sunday on Fox. From the creators of MASH.
Somebody here call a cab?
It's Rollout.
The Red Bull's got to go 30 miles more east than we went yesterday. We are delivering supplies for General Hodges.
Then meet Karen.
You're some kind of radical.
I'll do anything to save the salmon. Do you ever get the feeling someone's watching you?
Sure, all the time.
Watch Rollout and Karen Sundays on Fox.
Not gonna happen to me.
Not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen to me.
I was really shocked when I found out I was infected. I didn't think anything like this could ever happen to me.
Only certain
people get it.
I'm a good example that you can get AIDS from heterosexual sex.
Who cares?
I'm trying to make the best of the time that I have left, because realistically, I really don't know how much time that is.
You could be putting yourself at risk. Call 1-800-34...
Lennie, you better hurry up. You're going to be late for Dixon's party.
I'm hurrying. I don't understand why we're having two separate parties. Why can't the men and the women do this little trip together?
Oh, this is a baby shower. You don't want to go to a baby shower.
Hey, the truth. What do you women do at a baby shower, huh? Get loaded, play cards, show dirty movies.
Come on, do I ask you what you do on your fishing trips?
It's no big secret. We get loaded, play cards, show dirty movies.
Lennie, look at these. Aren't these cute?
Only if you got really good legs. Hey, you know, I could get behind having a baby.
You have a baby, and that's what you're going to get, a lot of behind. Come on, don't let a baby outfit freak you out.
It's not freaking me out. It's just reminding me of something, that's all.
Oh, you had a pair like them?
No. But when I was a kid, my father was a lot older than my friends' fathers. He was old enough almost to be my grandfather. There's a lot of stuff he couldn't do just because he was too old. Well, I decided that when I had kids, I was going to be young enough to do everything I could with them. You know what I mean?
I think I'm getting the picture.
Well, I'm almost 30. I don't have any kids yet.
Lennie, come on now. Let's take one thing at a time, huh? First, we decide whether we want to get married.
I've already decided. We want to get married. Now let's talk about having kids.
Lennie, people should not have children until they're financially secure.
Oh, see. You only want me for my money.
Lennie, you don't have any. And I'll love you even if you never have any.
Bite your tongue.
Look, Lennie, I know how you feel. Come on. You want to hear the patter of little feet and see little toys all over the floor and little bowls of food.
Yeah.
So for Christmas, I'll buy you a hamster.
Told them. I mean, all of this expense.
Oh. We're all so excited about the baby.
How's Amanda? Oh, she's fine. But actually, I was feeling a little sick this morning, watching her wolf down a whole stack of pancakes.
You're holding up beautifully. Your figure is fantastic.
Well, exercise and green vegetables. I mean, there's no reason why a mother-to-be has to look like the Goodyear blimp.
Open your presents. Open your presents.
Oh, yes. Let's see. I'll start small and just sort of work my way up.
It's from Ron.
Oh. It's so nice. What is it?
I think it's called a bib.
Oh, of course. But do babies eat lobster?
Oh, great. Here, open mine.
Oh, that's pretty. I love the wrapping. Oh, it's lovely. What is it?
It's a bottle warmer. You'll really need it.
What for? They'll just have their milk delivered warm.
Oh, you'll never guess what I bought today. The most fabulous little antique crib in bassinet. 18th century, with papers. Of course, it's a small fortune.
What the hell? It's gonna be a small baby.
Oh, and I ordered an absolutely angelic navy blue pram from England. It's made by Rolls-Royce.
Does it come with a chauffeur?
No. But we'll need a nurse. Actually, I can't decide between one of those British nannies, you know, that very pale type, to go with this paper, or a West Indian, that cafe au lait type, to match this.
Well, what are you going to do if the baby doesn't match?
Exchange it.
Well, you can't do that, can you? Here, open jar.
So big. And so pink.
But what is it?
Oh, I know what it is. But doesn't it come in any other styles?
Well, it does come in a modern square one.
Well, that sounds chic.
Just hope you don't get a kid with an old-fashioned round bottom.
Court, they're also getting in a matching mommy chair.
What for?
Well, in case you want to watch him.
Oh, not him, darling, her.
Oh, you've already decided on its sex.
Of course.
It's a good idea. You know, so many parents wait until it's too late to do anything about it.
Courtney, why do I get the feeling that you don't know what it really means to have a child? Courtney, maybe these will help. This contains adult aspirin, baby aspirin, and an ice pack. And this one contains disposable diapers, baby powder, and a rectal thermometer.
Take your choice, Courtney. Heads or tails?
Hey, Dixon, let up. You know, it's really great you're becoming a father like this.
Thank you, Harry.
Well, look, I know it could be a little embarrassing, this thing happening this way, you know? But I want to tell you, it could happen to anybody. I tell you guys the truth. It happened to me.
What happened to you?
Look, Lennie, I assumed that we were all adults here.
Right.
Well, look, when I was about 22 and single, I used to know this girl, Angelo Scaragamatza's sister. She was very popular. Very, very popular. You get my point?
She was popular.
Right. Especially in the back seat of a Ford Chevy.
You were a big backseat man?
Hey, Lennie, when I was 22, who had money? You had to make your own fun, you know what I mean?
So to speak.
Well, anyway, Angelo's sister turned up pregnant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pregnant.
Right. And she couldn't have the kid, you know? So, all the guys who knew her chipped in a couple of bucks. We raised, I remember, $486.
Now you're talking popular.
Harry, before you go any further.
I'm finished.
Good, because we've got something to straighten out here. Listen to me now. Amanda is a friend of a friend. I'm not the father of Amanda's child.
You are not the father of her child?
That's right. Well, we're going to adopt her child as soon as we get permission from the Department of Social Services.
You are not the father of her child?
No.
That's great. That's great. That's great. I just confessed when I didn't have to. Okay. If any of you guys mention Angelo's sister, I'm gonna break your heads.
No, forget it. It's cool, Harry. I think I'm gonna call Mama.
Hey, that's a good idea, Lennie. And look, give her my love and tell her Joy gives hers too.
Absolutely. I'll even tell her that Angelo's sister gave hers too.
Sit down and shut up.
Harry, go check the pasta.
Yeah.
Listen, if there's anything you need to know about this fatherhood business, you just ask me.
Okay, Rowdy, but I think I've got it pretty well in hand. You know, I've already made application to Harvard, Princeton, and Yale.
You are running away to school? That is no way to handle this.
No, for my son. I can't believe it, Murph. I feel like this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. I am going to be a father. Just like my father. Think of that. Another Carter Fielding in the Ivy League.
Well, now that you've got his education taken care of, all you have to worry about are the years between 1 and 18.
That's right. Let's dig in.
Well, I'm just glad you're well fixed, Dixon. Because I read an article that said that the average cost of raising a kid from birth through college is $118,000.
No, $118,000?
And that's just the average kid.
And going up every minute.
$118,000?
Yeah, I know, but how do you put a price tag on the joys of being a father?
Like walking him at 4:30 in the morning. You know, after Jason was born, I was tired for a year.
And then there's burping the kid and having him get sick on your shoulder.
And when he tosses his little cookies on your shirt, that's when you really feel like you're a part of him.
And then when he learns how to talk, he starts to ask that same question.
What's that same question?
Why? Like he'll say to you, Daddy, why does it get dark at night? And you'll say, because the sun goes down. Why? Because the earth is turning. Why? Because the earth is turning around the sun. Why? Because that's the way it is.
Why? And then comes the day when he asks you the big question.
Okay, what's the big question?
Where do babies come from?
Well, they teach that in school, right?
Yeah, that's where I learned it, in school.
Where, in biology class?
No, wood shop.
Wood shop?
Yeah, I stayed after school once to make a lamp, and this 9th grade girl came in. And she saw me there, and, well, anyway, the lights went on, in more ways than one.
Don't talk smut.
Yeah, and on that subject, don't be so surprised if Courtney isn't too interested in making love once the little one arrives.
You know, there are some women who get so much satisfaction out of being mothers that for a while they neglect their husband's sexual needs.
Unconsciously.
And then there are the women who do it consciously.
Look at the bright side, Dixon. It's great being a father.
Yeah, if you don't mind being tired, broke, and sex-starved.
Hello? Hi, Amanda. This is Joy Bellini.
Hi.
Listen, Amanda, I just wanted you to know I think it's really nice of you to have Courtney and Dixon's baby for them.
Oh, thanks. And I know they'll take good care of the baby. Because you see, if the baby's father could marry me, the baby would grow up in a house just like this. And that makes me feel good.
Oh, that's so sweet. Then the father's a lawyer, too?
No. He's in TV.
TV? I watch a lot of TV. Is he on in the afternoon or at night?
At night.
At night. Well, that lets everybody out on the soap operas. Is he in an action dramatic series?
Yes, but I really can't tell you anymore.
Sure. I understand.
Are you awake?
Yes. I'm thinking of joining a nunnery.
Well, I haven't heard you say that since the first time we made love.
I haven't been this distraught since. Dixon, what are we getting ourselves into? I don't know the first thing about being a mother. This baby's going to be a tremendous responsibility.
I know. According to the guys, it's harder to raise a child than it is to lower taxes.
Oh, the women are exactly the same. They mean well, but they make it all sound so serious.
Well, it is serious.
Well, then I'm going to be a total failure. I've never been good at anything serious in my entire life.
Yes, you have. You'll be wonderful. Courtney.
What?
Do you want this baby?
Yes. More than I've wanted anything in a long, long time. You?
Oh, yes.
Dixon?
I'm
terrified.
So am I.
Monday on the Fox Classic Theater.
Escaping prisoners, wanted, alive, because they are all young, all lovely. 7 women from hell. This is their story. Whispered about, but never before revealed. Grace, caught in the savage embrace of mad desire. Regan, who tried bribery.
Wait, Japan! No good.
Anna, fighting for survival in the untamed jungle. Mara, whose weapon was sex.
I just thought that maybe you and I could...
Lou, giving herself so the others could get away. Claire, trapped between death and capture. Janet, having her baby under heavy air attack.
Monday on Fox.
Yes, Mrs. Wonderman. I am as upset about this thing as you are. I can't talk right now. There's somebody at the door.
Hi, Helene.
Oh, Ronnie, come on in.
Is something bothering you?
It's not important. I can handle it.
Come on, Helene, come on. You always said we never communicated enough. Now, here is your chance. Just tell me what's bothering you.
It's Jason.
Jason? What do you mean? What, Jason? Jason? Where is he? Jason! Jason!
Ron!
What?
He's in his room. Please sit down.
What is wrong with Jason, Helene?
He broke a tooth.
He broke a tooth? Helene, why didn't you call me?
I can handle it. I took care of it.
What do you mean you can handle it? The only person who can handle it is a dentist.
Ron.
Oh, I see. You took Jason to another dentist. A dentist other than me. Oh, my, I don't believe it.
Ron.
And you know how he hates dentists.
Ron, the thing is...
The thing of it is is that I was just getting him to the point where he was starting to trust me. Look, the bites are almost healed.
Ron, please, just listen a second. Jason did not break his tooth. He broke Joel Wonderman's tooth. They got into a fight and Jason punched Joel in the mouth.
My JC punched Big Joel Wonderman in the mouth? Wow. Well, I think that's awful. Was it a left hook or a right cross?
Ronnie, are you his father or his trainer? I think you should have a good talk with him.
Yes, you're right. I think I should talk to him too. But you know, it's very difficult to lecture someone when you basically only see him on weekends.
I know. And I do want you to be close with him.
Well, I want that too. So why don't I just move back in and we'll be close all the time? Me and you, Jason and Amy.
Come on, Ronnie.
Remember when you were having the kids? Remember how close we were? Boy, it was wonderful.
It was wonderful. But there was also morning sickness and dizziness and those stomach pains.
Yeah, but that just was for a few months. Then I was fine. Lynne, let's have another baby.
What? Are you crazy? We're separated, Ronnie. Separated people don't have children.
Well, I know that most separated people don't have children, but we're different. We're trendsetters.
I think I'll have my new therapist call you, Ronnie. He's a terrific guy, and I'm sure he can help you.
Please, Helene, just one little baby. I'll never ask you for anything else again. Cross my heart and hope to die.
Ronnie, thanks for the offer. I loved having your babies. And if I ever want another baby, I'll keep you in mind. Now, will you please go talk to your son?
Absolutely. I know that boxing is no way to solve a problem. Maybe we should give him karate lessons. Ah! Hold on! No, I'll talk to him right now. I promise I will. Helene!
You can give your meatloaf a different flavor by slicing in some olives.
Do you want me to get some olives?
No, why should I give my meatloaf a different flavor? I'm serving it to the same old husband.
Paula, there's a receipt here for $35 for dirt.
Oh, yeah, that's when we needed some more for the garden.
Whatever happened to dirt cheap?
Oh, Amanda, looking at you brings back memories. I remember when I was pregnant with David, our oldest. I used to sit in front of the mirror and stare for hours. I couldn't believe that inside me there was actually another person.
And he was in there for a long time, too.
Yeah. About the end of the 9th month, Murray started talking to him.
Talking to him?
Okay, kid, this is the warden speaking. We know you're in there. Now you're gonna come out peacefully or we're gonna go in there and get you.
You remember when David was born, it was raining and you flew in from Seattle.
Yeah, some memory you have. It was a heat wave and I flew in from Portland. When Sarah was born, it was raining in Seattle.
Yeah, that's right. Murray hates to miss a birth.
Yeah, call me sentimental, but I like to be there when the kid's conceived, too.
You make having children sound like a lot of fun.
It is. If you eliminate the cooking, the cleaning, the washing, the wiping, the sewing, the screaming, and the spanking.
Yeah, you forgot about the buying. $83 for David's skateboard?
Relax, Murray. That includes the hospitalization insurance.
Paula, you're a better salesman than I am.
My baby's father is a salesman.
He is? What does he sell?
Oh, everything. He was voted Salesman of the Year.
Oh, really? By who?
By everyone. He's just one of those people. Everyone just loves him.
Do you love him, Amanda?
Oh, sure.
That's nice. Because someone can be worth loving even if they aren't Salesman of the Year. Even if they're just an ordinary salesman.
Paula, $28 for Sarah's school trip? Where'd they go, Honolulu?
Most of the time.
Hi.
Don't sneak up on me like that.
I'm sorry.
Ever since you said you sneak up on that, Lennie, don't you sneak up on me like
that. The front door was open.
Oh, I forgot to close it when I brought in the groceries. Hi, Lennie.
Hi, Joy.
All right, so what's up?
Well, I wanted to talk to you. Rita and I are having a little problem.
What kind of little problem?
Well, I'm looking to have a baby and she's not.
Hey, Lennie, listen. Maybe if she had a baby, she'd want to get married.
Yes, the thought has occurred to me.
Lennie, you gotta get down to basics.
What does that mean?
Look, Rita loves you and you love Rita, right?
Yeah.
You wait for the right night and you romance her hot and heavy. I mean, you get her in a mood, but good, you know? And then if you can get to her before she can get to her pills, boom, you're a papa.
I don't know. It would be much cooler if she wanted the baby.
Lennie, take it from me. All women are alike. Once Rita sees the baby, she'll want it. But one thing at a time. First, you gotta make her pregnant. Then you have the baby. Then you get married. That's the way it's done today.
Oh, look at the flowers. Aren't they just beautiful?
They're lovely. Courtney, you really know how to do it upright.
Well, an evening with friends is an important occasion, and we don't have any better friends than the two of you. Do we, Dixon?
No, we don't. We were just saying last night, what better friends do we have than the Zuckermans?
And we couldn't think of anyone.
Courtney, Dixon, I'm touched. Paula, aren't you touched?
Absolutely.
Okay, now that we got through that, why don't you invite us over?
After dinner.
Well, come, let's sit down. The woman from the Social Services Department is coming to interview us tonight about the adoption.
Well, yes, but why do you want Murray and me here?
Well, she said she wanted to make sure that we were just a normal, average, middle-class couple.
So?
So, since we're not, we wanted her to know that we at least knew an average, normal, middle-class couple.
Murray, I think we just received a backhanded compliment.
Well, you take it, Paula. You know how weak my backhand is.
No, please don't misunderstand. We don't want you here because you're average. We want you here because you are our friends.
And because you're Jewish.
Courtney?
Well, it's true. We want to show her how liberal we are. It's just a shame that we don't have any black friends.
Yes, how do you explain that?
Well, you know, Murray, we just don't seem to relate to them. And somehow they don't seem to relate to us either. Do they, darling?
Not really, no.
Oh, that must be the woman.
I'll get it.
I really don't know why Dixon and I can't communicate with black persons. But for the life of me, I just don't know what to say to one.
Darling, this is Mrs. Palmer from the Department of Social Services. Mrs. Palmer, my wife.
What's happening, baby?
Next on Masquerade.
I have seized the Amir Kuwaiti oil field and 12 of your countrymen as hostages.
There are a lot of lives at stake.
If anyone tampers with those explosives, they will go off. But there's only one way to deactivate them. That is my voice and the words of Allah.
It's hopeless.
We can't have the President of the United States being blackmailed by terrorists.
With Lavender dead, then he'll realize there is no other way to save his people.
Next on Fox.
1602 to 170-42.
After about 2 o'clock in the morning, generally there ain't anybody on the road except the crooks and the cops. Step out of the car. Keep your hands where I can see them.
Hit you with his fist and then threw you into the wall.
It's okay. It'll be all right.
There had to be a shotgun blast coming from this direction.
I shot one of them.
Get out of my way! Get out of the way!
Cops. All new episode, all new time tonight. Sunday morning on Moving On.
I'll drop you off at the casino. You can try out your system.
What's the house limit?
We can go $1,000.
Well, let's make it 5.
Your ex is back again looking for trouble. I told you to keep him out of here.
The test drive.
Well, test it, man. It's not gonna blow up on you.
Sunday on Fox. Sergeant Matt Sykes has been shot at, beaten up, and given a new partner, the first alien ever to make detective.
Welcome back, Ozzy and Harriet.
He talks funny.
My true name is Stangya Sorens A. Sorens, well, Gesundheit.
He eats weird.
This is Beaver. What? Beaver.
But in a bad neighborhood, he's a good guy to have around. James Caan, Mandy Patinkin, Alien Nation, the movie, Monday on Fox. Wednesday on Emerald Point.
What are you talking about?
Videotapes of you and Jeremy Novak.
Also want you to take this. Martin gave it to me the night he asked me to marry him.
Celia still loves you. I know it.
I hope you're right.
I didn't come here just to have you take a splinter out of my finger.
I suggested she consider getting a divorce.
You're not interested in helping her. You just want company because of the miserable mess you've made of your own marriage.
Wednesday on Fox.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes. And these are our normal, average, middle-class friends, Murray and Paula Zuckerman.
Hi.
How are you?
Normal.
Average.
And terribly middle class. I won't take up too much of your time. Could we all sit down?
Oh, of course. Forgive me.
Sorry.
Here, I'll get you a chair. There you are. All right.
Now, our preliminary records establish that you are financially able to take care of a child. But the department is also concerned that the child really become a part of the family.
Well, Mrs. Palmer, there's no way that this child will not become a part of our family.
Oh, good. Now, to begin with, on your application, your ages are omitted. May I ask how old you are?
Oh, of course. I'm 36.
And I'm not.
Neither am I.
Oh, what a coincidence. How old are you?
I don't think that's really important.
My feeling exactly.
Courtney.
Mrs. Feeling, I understand. It doesn't have to be exact. So why don't I just put down 32?
If it doesn't have to be exact, why don't you just put down 28?
Courtney, don't be so silly. Now, you know you're the same age as I am.
Oh? And how old is that, Mrs. Zuckerman?
30.
Paula, this lady is from an official government organization. You can't lie to the United States government.
Oh, no? On last year's taxes, how much did you deduct for gasoline?
She's 30, really. For a minute there, I was confusing her with my mother.
I see. What made you decide to adopt now?
Well, I think that we just thought that it was about time for us to do it. I mean, Courtney and I have been happily married for 6 years now. We've given each other the most wonderful of possible lives. Now we'd like to share our advantages with someone less fortunate.
Yes.
Would you like some caviar and champagne?
No, thank you. Is that your typical evening snack?
No, this is very special. They usually have very normal meals. As a matter of fact, I usually ask Courtney for one of her middle-class recipes at least once a week.
On the average.
Yes. I'm famous for my average, normal recipes.
What's your favorite?
Well, her famous tuna crumble.
Tuna crumble?
Yes.
How is that prepared?
Well, you take one very large tuna, fresh, of course, and you, crumble it.
I see. Are you two active in any civic organizations?
Oh, absolutely. I'm out every night. Well, lots of nights. Well, I mean, enough nights to show my concern for the community, but not so many nights as to not be available to the child. Mr. Zuckerman and I often go to meetings together.
Meetings of which organization?
The Odd Fellows.
Oh, yes. And I'm also very active myself.
Yes, we go to Hadassah meetings together.
I see. Mr. Fielding, what activities could you share with your child?
Oh, the symphony, theater, the ballet, baseball games.
Oh, you like baseball?
Do I like baseball? I love baseball. I remember the first game my dad took me to. It was Philadelphia, 1953. The starting lineup was Richie Ashburn, Granny Hamner, Del Ennis, Smokey Burgess, Ted Kazansky, Eddie Wakekus, Willie Puddinhead Jones, and Johnny Wyrostick.
Oh, I'm a big Phillies fan myself. Now, who pitched that game? Was it Robin Roberts or Steve Ridzik?
I think it was...
A good year for him.
Oh, you bet.
How many games he won?
I'm not sure.
Come on. Big Phillies fan like you ought to know that. In 1953, he won 23 games.
I have a little admission to make. That was not just the first game my dad took me to. It was the only game. That's why I knew the lineup. I memorized the program. I still have it somewhere. See, my dad didn't have too much time to do too many things with me. But I promised that wouldn't be true of me if we got the baby.
Well, I must say I am touched by your candor.
Oh. Well, then it's settled. We can have the baby.
Well, not quite, I'm afraid. Willingness and the desire to be a parent are commendable. But more important is the kind of childhood the potential parents have had.
Well, there's nothing to worry about. My mother was and is a shining example and a beacon of inspiration.
Oh.
When I was 2, I remember she wanted me to be more sophisticated than my other little friends. So she told me that there really wasn't a Santa Claus.
And, Courtney, I don't think that's exactly what Ms. Palmer meant.
No, please, go ahead.
And until I was 6, I had always thought that Allison, my older sister, had always been my mother's favorite. But then Allison had to have her tonsils out, and she was terribly frightened. And my mother said, oh, Courtney would never cry so much. And just to prove it, she had them take out my tonsils first.
What she really means is that her mother was interested in preventive medicine. Right, Murray?
Absolutely.
Oh, and when all my girlfriends started to develop, and I was so worried that I would never develop, my mother told me I had nothing to worry about, because I wouldn't.
Court.
Oh, and I'll never forget when I had my first date with a college boy. Oh, I was so nervous. I didn't know what to say to him. So my mother sat up and talked to him all night long. So you see, I have no doubts as to how a mother should behave, because mine provided me with a perfect example of what not to do.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you stopped by, Joy. It's so boring here on the slow days. It's a nice change to be able to watch somebody read.
Oh, I'm not reading. This is the TV guide. You know, now that Courtney and Dixon have been approved for the adoption, I'm more curious than ever to find out who the real father of Amanda's baby is.
Well, you could add Lennie to your list.
What? You don't mean that Lennie and Amanda...
No. But Lennie really wants to have a baby.
And he can't?
Right.
Oh.
No, because I won't let him. We had an agreement a long time ago, no children for now. And he always respected that agreement. But last night, Joy, when we got into bed, he turned into a maniac. He was like a caveman.
He was violent?
Yes.
What'd he do?
He made a big mistake. What? He led with his right.
Amanda, hello.
Hello, Mr. Fielding.
Come on in. You look adorable. What are you doing here?
I've been out shopping with Courtney and I got a little bit tired.
All right. You better sit down. When it comes to shopping, nobody can keep up with Courtney. Someday she'll be in the Guinness Book of Records. So what were you buying? Things for the baby?
Oh, wait. I did get this little photo album for the baby.
Oh.
See? Here's a place for the baby's first photograph. And here's for its first birthday.
Yes, oh.
And for the first day of school.
Oh, that's very nice, Amanda. I just hope that Courtney hasn't already bought one of these.
Oh, it's not for her, it's for me. To keep a record of the baby. I thought you could send me pictures, and that way I'd sort of know what the baby was like growing up.
Well, that's not usually the way it's done.
Why not?
You better sit down. You know, Amanda, I've handled a great many adoption cases, and it really is best for the natural mother to sever all ties with the baby. It's easier that way for both the mother and the child.
You mean I'll never see my baby?
I'm sure you would want the pain of seeing the baby and knowing that it was no longer yours.
I never thought about it like that.
Not to mention the confusion for the child.
Oh, but it all seems so final.
It really is the best way, Amanda. May I have your attention, please? Thank you very much. All right. Now, as you all know, the Department of Social Services has approved Courtney and me for adoption.
Hey, what do you think, Lennie? Should we adopt them?
All right. And we very much want our child to have loving and compassionate godparents.
Which, as far as we're concerned, means all of you.
Yes. But, however, the tradition does dictate that there be only two.
So, Dixon and I would be greatly honored if the godmother and godfather of the baby would be Lennie and Rita. I'm going to get Amanda. She should be part of this celebration, too.
So, Rita, so now you're a godmother. So now you gotta get married.
I don't gotta do nothing, Harry. And if you have any requests, talk to the godfather over here, Don Leonardo.
Harry, they made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
Helene, I'm beginning to get a warm feeling.
I have a cold drink.
Harry, isn't it all so beautiful?
Yeah, listen, Joy, you know what I just figured out? Since Lennie's the godfather, that makes me the goduncle.
Courtney, what's the matter?
Something wrong with Amanda, darling?
Hey, what's happening?
Amanda's gone. She left this note. Dear Courtney and Dixon, please don't be too mad at me, but yesterday I finally got up the courage to tell the baby's father I was pregnant. He said he loves me and he wants us to get married and be a family. I can't believe it. He's not a big shot, just an ordinary guy, but I love him. Thanks for everything, Amanda. P.S. I hope we'll be the kind of parents I know you would have been.
I don't understand. We would have taken such good care of the baby.
I think she knows that. She wants to take care of the baby herself.
I'm sorry. I know how much you wanted to be parents.
We'll survive. And if it's meant to be, we'll have another baby.
We lost our godchild.
Ah, kids. Take your eyes off of them for a minute and they disappear.
Courtney, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, you know, you would have made a swell mother, Courtney. You got class. You know what I mean?
I wish there was something we could do.
Me too. If there's anything we can do.
We'll be fine. We'll be just fine. After all, every parent has to know when to let go.
Here we are. To my dear wife, of whom I am very proud.
Dixon.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
It's a kiss on the neck.
No, I meant on the bed.
Oh, that. Well, that's just a little surprise. You want to open it?
Thought you'd never ask. Oh, Dix. My favorite color. Mint. Oh.
You mean you like it?
I love it. Oh. And I love you. I know how much you wanted the baby too.
Well, I have told the lady at the adoption service to keep us in mind when others become available.
Yes, but we really shouldn't be too dependent on other people.
Well, what else can we do?
I think we should try just one more time to make it on our own.
Sunday, Summer Romance Week continues.
Oh, God.
When the son of Al's best friend...
He's taking Kelly out.
...has a date with Al's little girl.
Touch her and I'll hang you with your own spleen.
On Married with Children, then join host Lennie Clark, Wayne Carter, Brad Garrett, and Dan Horn for the show with the highest standards in comedy.
That was tasteless. No, it wasn't.
Catch an all-new Sunday Comics when Summer Romance Week hits its peak.
Am I not fit to die?
Sunday on Fox.
Tuesday on Automan.
You can buy $350,000 worth of cocaine down here.
Make it sound so easy.
The tropics. I've always wanted to see them.
There's an American policeman on the island.
Madre Dios. You're gonna have to make a big impression.
Heartache, the winner.
Talking about opportunity.
You're about to be taken for a ride.
Tuesday on Fox. Wednesday on the Fox Classic Theater.
I need emergency procedure. Over. We're going down. Mayday.
I heard an SOSDA yesterday afternoon out at my cabin.
This area must be evacuated at least 72 hours prior to this time.
Powell just called me. The dam is about to burst.
Hold on! Tell him to hold on!
Wednesday on Fox.
The tragedy of child abuse takes many forms, from verbal assaults to hurtful blows. But it is preventable, and we all have a role to play. If you know of a parent having difficulty, reach out, sit down and talk. And if you're having difficulty, get help for yourself. Talk to a friend. Sign up for a parenting class. Take time out. Don't take it out on your child.
Contact the National Committee for Prevention of Child Abuse.